Legends don't always live forever, but this one will. Like its nickname suggests, it's the Japanese giant that obliterated every foe it encountered. It stunned the enthusiast world with its extraterrestrial performance and agility, and it continued on as one of the most important names in automotive history. Its name is the GTR. I'm Brad, this is Ideal, and this is why you need a GTR. Oh, and stick around till the end so I can tell you which one to buy. Like, subscribe, and let's go. Guys, this is it, your last chance. This Bayside Blue GTR giveaway ends in just hours, and once it's gone, it is gone forever. Click the link, grab a shirt, grab a slap, or a quick entry pack, and you're gonna get 250x multiplier, the biggest we've ever offered. And right now, the odds are the best that they've ever been, and the shot at winning has never been higher. Don't let it slip, get entered today, and good skill.
Ideal Collective. Shop, buy, win.
As you already know, the GTR lineage traces back to the original Skyline. It's been a halo car for the brand for decades. But by the early 2000s, Nissan was hungry for a revolution. The company aimed not to just dominate the Japanese domestic market, but to challenge European sports cars on a global scale. And by the way, Nissan had just come off building the R34 GTR. You know, a car incredibly tech forward for its era that set the bar even higher for whatever had to come next. In short, the engineers had their work cut out for them. So they began doing what the Japanese do best: create the most menacing beast possible that can destroy anything in its path. Sound familiar? But instead of a 350-foot tall monstrous reptilian, hell-bent on turning cities to dust, Nissan set out to create one with a little more finesse. It was to be a world-class supercar that combined Japanese ingenuity with world-beating speed and handling. And at the 2001 Tokyo Motor Show, Nissan CEO and totally not international criminal Carlos Ghosn announced that the GTR would return in full glory as its own model, for the first time straying away from the Skyline nameplate. It took 6, yes, count them, 1, 2, 3, 6 additional years of R&D to design and complete the production version of the newest and most capable bearer of the GTR badge. And they used an Infiniti G35 to test the GTR's mechanicals on the Nürburgring. And after half a decade, project director Kazutoshi Mizuno, aka Mr. GT, wrestled the car into perfection. It was finally ready to absolutely the automotive world. All right, you're loving Nissan's Halo car featured in this Why You Need. Well then, you need this limited edition t-shirt. Hand drawn by our team here at Ideal. You won't find these anywhere else. But act fast, faster than an FBO GTR, because only 100 of these beauties exist. And when they're gone, they're gone. Link in description and first comment, and we'll see you back in the show. At its production-ready unveiling in 2007, Nissan played a clip of the new R35 running around the Nürburgring in just 7 minutes and 38 seconds, beating the then-new Porsche 911 Turbo, and hit them where it hurts. This low blow not only started a never-ending track record feud with the boys in Stuttgart, but set the tone for this new generation of sports car. Nissan was demanding the attention of the entire automotive world, and this car, well, it deserved it. And the heartbeat of the R35 is the VR38 DETT power plant, a 3.8-liter twin-turbo V6, which initially produced a healthy 478 horses, a figure that in recent versions has grown to around 600. And this isn't some mass production Ford-style assembly line process. Oh no, R35 engines are hand-assembled in a clean room, often by a single Takumi craftsman. That's right, this thing gets the Ferrari treatment, and by the way, it's faster than a Ferrari too. In its first production year, car and drivers testing saw a 0 to 60 time of just 3.3 seconds. That's about as long as it takes me to say the real name of its all-wheel drive system. Ready? Advanced Total Traction Engineering System for All-Terrain. I lost. And just for reference, the then top-of-the-line Ferrari F430 Scuderia could only manage 0 to 60 in 3.7 seconds. But just as ridiculous as the name is just how good the Atessa ETS system works. It's not just all-wheel drive, it's an intelligent system that adjusts torque split from 0 to 100 to 50-50 run to rear depending on driving conditions. And it's the true hero behind the wickedly quick acceleration time. Its combined performance put it in a company of the best in the world at the time. And as I mentioned, the Porsche 911 Turbo was on its hit list from the very beginning, but it also squared up against cars like the C6 ZR1 and the Audi R8. And more recently, it took up the challenge with the named twin AMG GTR, as well as its home country rival, the Acura NSX. So we know it was and always will be fast, but how is it to drive? Well, the answer, boring. Just kidding. I maybe had you there, but for real, the GTR gives its driver the seemingly once-in-a-lifetime chance to drive alien technology. The new for GTR premium midship platform pushed the engine even further back towards the center of the car, where its weight can be controlled even easier, giving the car otherworldly handling. Plus, guys, the sound. The sound. It definitely took a music lesson from the VQ with its brass instrument like warble, but the VR engine sounds like the VQ with some hellfire mixed in, and it couldn't be more race car if it tried. The balance, noise, and performance of the R35 make it incredibly engaging from behind the wheel, even if at times the computers in the car itself are doing more than the driver. Nissan's flagship forced the entire premium sports car market to rethink what they were doing. Not a single new car since has had the automotive world in more of a shock. Well, except maybe some of the EVs. See what I did there? And it's no doubt a proper continuation of the GTR nameplate. However, as you know, they all have their quirks and features, and no car is perfect. So let's get Trav's take, your favorite mechanic on YouTube.
Yeah, it's that part of the video where I'm all Debbie Downer. But hey, if you're gonna buy one of these, listen up, you might save yourself some money on repairs. Firstly and most commonly known are the issues with the transmissions. The early press R35s that were tested by journalists often made unnerving clunking noises from the trans, and a few had issues with the units in general. I guess it was a sign of things to come. It's a dual clutch, and it's a doozy. The control solenoids inside the gearbox are known failure points, and when they go, well, they can cause all sorts of smoothness and shifting issues. Or even worse, can leave you unable to get the car into gear and stuck on the side of the road. So don't use launch control every time the guy next to you at a stoplight gives you a dirty look. In fact, the car has a capped limit on how many times you can use it before it voids your warranty. What? The good news is, Nissan updated the transmission in 2012 with several internal improvements, so you're less likely to have problems if you get a 2012 or newer, or an older car that's had the gearbox fixed or replaced. Another potential problem comes from the bell housing on the back of the engine. See, the transmission lives at the back of the car for better weight distribution, and at the end of the bell housing, there's a bearing that sort of acts like a carrier for the drive shaft. That bearing wears itself out and eventually damages the bell housing itself, which starts as a super annoying sound that, left unchecked, could cause more major issues down the road. Then there's, and this is more just annoying than anything, but it's too common to ignore, the headlights. The R35 is known to have, let's say, less than watertight headlamp assemblies, which makes it real easy for moisture to accumulate inside the headlamp itself and fog things up. As much as the TikTok headlight cleaning hacks will tell you, this isn't an easy fix. You'll have to split the lenses off the housings and reseal everything, or buy new headlamps altogether, which isn't going to be cheap. In fact, that's the biggest problem with the GTR. There's not much on these cars that doesn't cost big bucks. So while that $70,000 higher mileage car looks like a screaming deal, and it might actually be, just keep in mind that these cars cost like $200,000 now, which means it's not much different than doing repairs on other $200,000 cars. Just make sure you set aside a few grand for unexpected repairs. Like we always say, none of these issues should deter you from buying and thoroughly enjoying a GTR. Just know what you're getting into before you buy one.
To be completely honest, a GTR is really solid just the way it comes right from the factory. But with that being said, just like the R34, this thing is ridiculously tunable. For me, I'd get a mild flash for a bit more power. Not that it really needs it, Then I'd find a set of wheels with more aggressive offset, mostly just for the looks, or just put spacers on the stock setup, I guess. Turn up the volume with the catback exhaust and swap the ugly orange corner lenses for clear ones, like everybody else does. But since the car has been in production for so long, it's pretty much a dinosaur at this point, there's basically no end to what level you can take your GTR to. 800 horses? Pfft, easy. 1200? Not a problem. Speed does cost money, and the only thing you've got to answer is how fast do you really want to pay? Because with enough dough, pretty much anything is possible with a GTR. Though we're just talking about one generation, the R35 has been in production for over a decade and a half, almost. Meaning there's quite a bit of variation among the track-focused versions, special editions, and base model cars. The average market price for any GTR is hovering at just around $90K. But here's a little taste of the high and the low points of the GTR market. Firstly, at the low end, we have this 100K mile 2013 GTR Premium. It's still all original and maintains its beauty after 10 years of life on the road. It's sold for $55K at an auction, and it's a high mileage example, but if you can maintain it correctly, this is a steal of a deal for such an incredible car. But what about at the top of the market? Well, I know it's out of my price range, and probably yours too. It is, of course, the mighty Nismo. Finished in Nissan solid red and sat on a set of 20-inch forged raised wheels, this R35 kind of looks ready to attack in a good way. And it has a stupidly low mileage count of just 88 miles. It's pretty much a brand new car, and because of that, it just sold for shy of $260,000. Dang, that's as much as a house. So the ideal R35. Now, this is a tough one because if you ask Trav, who knows how to wrench on anything, you'd go buy basically the cheapest non-salvage Title one that you can find, fix it up yourself, and have one hell of a bargain supercar. Now, that is the right move if you want to modify it heavily. But if you want to keep it stock and make money driving it, well, right now the one that fits the ideal car strategies the best is a 2015 Black Edition. Because, well, that's the perfect blend of raw and refined. Which, if you want to learn more on how to make money driving a GTR or any other car, I've linked to our free workshop down below. Go check it out. It's free. What do you have to lose? So, why do you need a GTR? Well, put simply, this car is an absolute icon. Without the Nissan GTR, the spirit of its Skyline forefathers would have never come full circle into the modern era. And the performance benchmark it set at the time of its debut may have taken years to achieve by another brand, especially for a car at this price. It took the technological and precision-based venture of the R34 and further solidified what Godzilla means to the car community: speed, character, and engineering excellence. Nissan never rested on its laurels because, as we speak, the company is working on the next generation, which, guys, it is about time. That's right, folks. This is a legend that still lives on. Thanks for watching our new series, Why You Need. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button. And if you're new, subscribe, turn on that notification bell, and check out this Why You Need up here or whatever YouTube recommends you watch next. I'm Brad, this is Ideal, and promise me one thing, keep living the ideal lifestyle.